Self-data, or MyData, how we call it, it's a human-centric approach for managing personal data. So giving individuals, people, access to their own data and power to use it for something that I want to do with my data for my benefit. MyData organization, or the global movement, it's collecting people from several countries around the globe, mostly in Europe, who are working to make these new models for personal data possible. So there are people that look at it from the legal perspectives, there are people looking at it from the technical perspective and business perspective, and overall liking to make a better society with better, more ethical data management. So that's a movement, and it will be set up as a legal entity organization in August this year in Helsinki. Will be the founding meeting of MyData Global Organization in the end of August in Helsinki. Right now, we are living maybe like after 20 years or 25 years of internet. So it's becoming like from youth to adulthood. There are all sorts of mechanisms of using personal data that grew over the time of expansion of internet. So right now it's very much organization-centric. So organizations collect your data and they decide what to do it, and they may ask your permission, or then they may use it behind your back. So now it's really the time to reconsider these models deeply. So some people do say that even the very core of the data economy is rotten. So it's not good for the people, and it's not good for the organizations and society as a whole, how it works now. And we do have new technologies and opportunities to make it so that people could actually be in charge or control their own data without it being too complicated. So now it's the time to really make it happen. Right now, many people know that there is a new data protection regulation in Europe called GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation, and that's actually influencing also providers of services that come outside of Europe, as long as they have some customers or people using the services in Europe. And that regulation is not so much different from the earlier, but it is much more strict in the way how it will be enforced. And it also has some new rights for individuals, like right to get your data in digital format. So it's called data portability. So if somebody collects data about me, I should have access to that data so that I can then deliver it somewhere else, so that somebody else can make services for me with the same data. So that's kind of a big fundamental change in the GDPR. And as far as I know, many other people from different countries, from Japan, Brazil, US, who are members of MyData network, they're looking quite carefully now to Europe, what's happening here after the GDPR. And if this manages to change the way businesses work with data, I think it will be scaling globally these new kind of ways, giving more rights to people. That's what I hope, at least.